My fiancée said, "Your mom's cooking is terrible. I'm not eating at family dinners anymore." I replied, "Fair enough." Then I went to every family event solo and posted the photos. Her attitude changed when she realized she'd been replaced at the table. I, 31 male, have been with Jessica, 29, for 4 years, engaged for 1. We were planning a fall wedding next year. Last Sunday was Mom's 65th birthday dinner. Nothing fancy, pot roast, mashed potatoes, green beans, her famous apple pie. The same meal she's made for special occasions since I was 5. My whole family was there. My sister Amy, 33, her husband Tom, their twins, my brother Keith, 28, and my grandma, 87. Jessica picked at her food, making faces when she thought nobody was looking. Mom noticed and asked if everything was okay. "It's fine, Dorothy," Jessica said with that fake smile she does. In the car ride home, she exploded. "I can't do this anymore. Your mom's cooking is terrible. Everything's either overcooked or underseasoned. That pot roast was like leather, the potatoes were gluey, and don't get me started on that pie. Store-bought crust would have been better." I kept driving, staying quiet. "Are you even listening? I'm not eating at your family dinners anymore. It's gross, and honestly, kind of embarrassing that she thinks she can cook. My family's chef could teach her a thing or two." Her family has money. Old money. They have a personal chef for their dinner parties. Jessica grew up with that. "That's fair," I said. She blinked. "What? You don't have to come to family dinners anymore." "Oh, good. I mean, you'll make excuses for me, right? Say I'm sick or working?" "No, I'll tell them the truth. You don't like Mom's cooking." Her face went red. "You can't say that." "Why not? It's the truth." "Because it's rude. Just say I have other commitments." "Jessica, you just called my mother's cooking terrible and embarrassing. But you want me to lie to protect your image?" "It's called being tactful. It's called being honest. You don't want to come, don't come." She huffed but seemed satisfied she'd won. The next family dinner was 2 weeks later, Sunday dinner, a tradition Mom's kept for 40 years. I showed up solo. "Where's Jessica?" Mom asked. "She doesn't like your cooking, so she's not coming to family dinners anymore." The table went silent. Amy's jaw dropped. Keith started laughing. Mom looked hurt for about 2 seconds, then shrugged. "More for us then. Keith, you can have her usual portion." "Score!" Keith grabbed an extra helping. That's when Amy's best friend Mallory, 30F, walked in. "Sorry I'm late. Traffic was horrible." "Mallory, I didn't know you were coming," I said. "Amy invited me last minute. Hope that's okay, Mrs. T?" "Always room for one more, sweetheart," Mom beamed. Mallory sat in Jessica's usual spot. We had a great dinner. She complimented Mom's cooking 3 times, helped clear plates, and stayed to look through old photo albums with Grandma. I posted a family photo on Instagram. Sunday dinner with the best cook I know. Mom's cooking family time. Jessica saw it within minutes. Text, "Who's that woman in my spot?" "That's Mallory, Amy's friend." "Why is she at family dinner?" "Me, Amy invited her." "That's my spot." "You don't come to family dinners anymore, remember?" She sent 12 more texts. I ignored them. Update 1. The entitlement escalated quickly. Week 3 without Jessica. Mom made her famous lasagna for Keith's promotion celebration. Mallory came again, this time bringing homemade garlic bread. She and Mom exchanged recipes. I posted photos of the spread with the caption, "Keith got promoted, Mom made his favorite." Jessica called me 15 times during dinner. I had my phone on silent. Her texts ranged from, "This is manipulative. You're trying to replace me. Your family is doing this on purpose. Mallory's obviously trying to get with you." When I got home, Jessica was on the couch, arms crossed. "We need to talk about boundaries." "Okay. I don't want that Mallory person at your family dinners." "That's not your call. You chose not to attend. You don't get to dictate who else comes. I'm your fiancé, who refuses to eat with my family because the food is terrible. Then why do you care who's there?" She stomped to the bedroom and slammed the door. Week 4. Mom's friend group came over for their monthly cookbook club. They were testing recipes from some Italian cookbook. Jessica used to love these events, mainly for the Instagram photos, I realize now. I went to help Mom set up. Mallory was there too, helping Mom prep ingredients. They were laughing about some cooking disaster Mallory had in college. Posted a photo of the spread. Cookbook club going all out. Mom's house smells amazing. Jessica lost it. She actually drove to Mom's house and knocked on the door. "Jessica." Mom seemed genuinely happy to see her. "Come in, we're just about to eat." "I'm not here for that," Jessica said coldly. "I need to talk to my fiancé." She dragged me outside. "This is deliberate. You're parading that woman around to hurt me." "Mallory? She's helping Mom cook. You know, the cooking you think is terrible. She's trying to steal my place in your family. The place you vacated?" "I didn't vacate anything. I just have standards. And Mom's cooking doesn't meet them. That's fine. But other people enjoy it. You need to uninvite her." "I didn't invite her. Amy and Mom did." "Then tell them to uninvite her." "No. I'm your fiancé. Your loyalty should be to me. My loyalty is to the family you insulted and refused to eat with." She stormed off, tires squealing. Week 5. Grandma's 88th birthday. Big family gathering. All the cousins came, about 20 people total. Mom cooked for 2 days straight. Ham, turkey, all the sides, 3 different pies. Mallory helped Mom all day. They were like a well-oiled machine in the kitchen. My aunt commented they worked together like they'd been doing it for years. I posted a video of Mom and Mallory doing a little dance while the pies were in the oven. Caption: "The Kitchen Dream Team. Happy 88th Grandma." Jessica texted, "Are you sleeping with her?" Me: "No." "Then why is she always there?" "She enjoys Mom's cooking and Mom's company." This is emotional cheating. It's literally just family dinners you refuse to attend. I'm coming to the next one. I thought the food was terrible and embarrassing. I'll bring my own food. You're going to bring your own food to Mom's house? It's that or starve. Me, or you could just not come, like you decided. Jessica, I'm coming. Update 2. The next Sunday dinner was one for the history books. Jessica showed up with a cooler bag, to Sunday dinner. Mom's face was carefully neutral. "Jessica, how nice to see you." "Dorothy?" Jessica gave that fake smile and headed straight to the kitchen with her bag. Everyone watched as she unpacked a full meal from Chez Laurent, this ridiculously expensive French place. Coq au vin, haricot verse, some fancy potato thing. "Since I have dietary restrictions now," she announced. Mom had made fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, and cornbread. Comfort food perfection. "What dietary restrictions?" Keith asked. "Last month you were eating everything." "I've developed sensitivities," Jessica said primly. Mallory walked in with a sweet potato pie. "Mrs. T, where should I—" "Oh, hi, Jessica." Jessica's eye twitched. "You're here? Again?" "I'm here every week now," Mallory said cheerfully. "These dinners are the highlight of my week." Jessica started eating her fancy French food while everyone else dug into Mom's cooking. The contrast was ridiculous. Here's everyone passing dishes, laughing, talking, and there's Jessica eating alone from her containers like she was in a different restaurant. Amy's twins kept asking why Aunt Jessica wasn't sharing. "Aunt Jessica thinks Grandma's food is yucky," the 5-year-old announced. "No, I just have restrictions," Jessica protested. "You said Grandma can't cook," the other twin piped up. "Daddy said you said mean things about Grandma." Tom tried to shush them, but the damage was done. Grandma, bless her, said, "Well, more for those who appreciate it." "Mallory, dear, you must try the cornbread. I added honey this time." "I love honey in cornbread," Mallory exclaimed. Jessica stabbed her coq au vin aggressively. After dinner, Mom brought out her apple pie, the one Jessica had specifically insulted. "Jessica, I know you brought dessert too, but would you like to try a small piece?" "I've been working on the recipe." It was a generous olive branch. "No thank you. I brought creme brulee from Chez Laurent." She pulled out a single serving, one for herself. Keith snorted. Classy. Jessica ate her fancy dessert while everyone else enjoyed Mom's pie. Mallory had seconds and asked Mom for the recipe. "I'd love to learn to make this. Maybe we could bake together sometime?" "I'd enjoy that, sweetheart," Mom beamed. Jessica slammed her spoon down. "Are you trying to replace me?" "Replace you?" Mallory looked confused. "You said you weren't coming to dinners anymore." "I'm here now." "With your own food," Amy pointed out. "Because Dorothy can't cook?" The room went silent. Mom stood up. "Jessica, you're entitled to your opinion about my cooking. But you're not entitled to come into my home, insult me, and then act like a victim when others appreciate what you reject." Grandma added, "In my day, we'd call this having your cake and eating it too. Except you brought your own cake." Keith lost it laughing. Even Tom cracked up. Jessica grabbed her containers and stormed out. I didn't follow. Update 3. Jessica went full nuclear. Monday morning, she called my office. My office. We need couples therapy immediately. Why? Your family is toxic and you're enabling them. My family that welcomes you despite your insults? They're replacing me with that woman. Mallory. Her name is Mallory, and she's just nice to Mom. She's trying to steal you. She's dating someone. Silence. What? Mallory's been dating a guy named Carlos for 2 months. They're getting pretty serious. But she's always at your mom's. Because she likes Mom, and Mom's cooking. Not everything is about you, Jessica. She hung up. Tuesday, she showed up at Mom's house. Mom was in the garden with Mallory, who'd come to learn about Mom's tomato plants. Jessica, according to Mom's neighbor Mrs. Peterson, who saw everything, pitched a fit. You're trying to steal my life. Mallory, confused. I'm learning about tomatoes? You know what you're doing. Coming to all the dinners, helping in the kitchen, being perfect. I just like Mrs. T's cooking. Her cooking is garbage. Mom stepped forward. Jessica, you need to leave. This is between me and her. This is my property. Leave. Shh. Jessica didn't leave. She grabbed Mom's tomato plant and threw it at Mallory. Threw it. Mrs. Peterson called the police. By the time they arrived, Jessica was screaming about being displaced and emotionally abused by a calculated campaign. The officer looked at the scene. Jessica, dirt all over her designer outfit, screaming. Mom and Mallory covered in soil, looking bewildered. The murdered tomato plant. Ma'am, you need to calm down. They're stealing my family. Ma'am, did you assault these women with a tomato plant? It's not assault, it's justice. They gave her a warning and made her leave. Mom considered pressing charges but decided against it. Wednesday, Jessica's mom called me. What did you do to my daughter? Nothing, Diane. She says your family is excluding her. She excluded herself when she said Mom's cooking was terrible and embarrassing. Well, is it not? Excuse me, Dorothy is simple. Her cooking is very suburban. And? Jessica has refined tastes. She was raised with better. Then she can eat her refined food elsewhere. You're being unreasonable. Your daughter threw a tomato plant at someone because they like my mom's cooking. That doesn't sound like Jessica. There's a police report. Silence. Oh. Thursday, Jessica tried a different approach. She had her dad call me, Richard the lawyer. Son, we need to discuss this situation. We're not family, Richard. I'm not your son. You're engaged to my daughter. For now. Excuse me? Your daughter insulted my mother, refuses to eat her food, brings her own meals to family dinners, and assaulted someone with a tomato plant. I'm reconsidering things. Over food? Over respect, or the lack of it. Jessica deserves better than some housewife's cooking. And there it was. The whole family thought they were better than mine. Then Jessica can find someone with a family that meets her standards. You can't be serious. Dead serious. She'll never forgive this. I'll live. Friday night, Jessica came home with her parents and her brother Jason, 32. We're having an intervention, Diane announced. For who? For you, Jessica cried. You're choosing your mother over me. I'm choosing respect over entitlement. Jason stepped forward, trying to look intimidating. You need to man up and control your family. Control them? They're adults. They're disrespecting Jessica. By eating dinner together? By replacing her. She replaced herself when she said the food was trash. Richard pulled out his lawyer voice. If you proceed with ending this engagement, we'll expect the ring back. The ring I bought? Jessica's worn it for a year. It's hers. That's not how that works. We'll see what a court says. Cool, get out of my apartment. We live here. Jessica screeched. I live here. You're a guest who's worn out her welcome. Diane gasped. You can't evict her. She's not on the lease. She doesn't pay rent. She contributes. She buys groceries sometimes when she remembers. This is financial abuse. This is consequences. They left after more yelling, but Jessica stayed, locked in the bedroom, texting furiously. Update 4 Saturday morning. The social media campaign started. Jessica posted on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The narrative? I was an abusive mama's boy who let his family bully her. She was the victim of an orchestrated campaign to push her out. Some highlights. He prioritizes his mother's feelings over his fiancée's comfort. They brought in another woman to replace me at the table. I have dietary restrictions and they mock me for it. This is what happens when you date a man who can't cut the umbilical cord. Her friends rallied. The comments were brutal. But then Mallory commented, with receipts, "Hey Jessica, just wanted to clarify. I'm dating someone, have zero interest in your fiancé, and you said Mrs. T's cooking was terrible and embarrassing. Also, you threw a tomato plant at me? There's literally a police report." She attached screenshots of Jessica's texts to Amy calling Mom's cooking peasant food and saying she was too good for their Walmart ingredients. Amy jumped in with her own screenshots of Jessica saying she was only marrying me for the security and that she'd fix my family after the wedding. Keith posted the video from Sunday dinner of Jessica eating her separate French meal while everyone else enjoyed Mom's cooking. The contrast was not flattering. Then Mom commented. Mom never comments on drama. "Jessica, you're welcome at my table anytime, but you need to arrive with respect, not resentment. My cooking may be simple, but it's made with love. If that's not enough for you, that's okay, but don't blame others for filling the seat you vacated." It went viral in our town. Everyone had opinions. Jessica's friends started backtracking. Turns out, many of them had been to Mom's dinners over the years and knew her cooking was great. By evening, Jessica was in full meltdown mode. "You ruined my reputation. You posted lies on social media. They're not lies. They're my truth. Your truth includes dietary restrictions you don't have? I could have them. Jessica, just admit you're a snob who thinks you're too good for my family." "I am too good for your family. My family has money, status. Your mom is a retired teacher who drives a Honda. And? That's embarrassing. Then why did you say yes when I proposed?" Silence. Then quietly, "Because I thought I could change you, make you better." "Better like you? Yes, I don't want to be like you." What's that supposed to mean? It means you're entitled, rude, and treat people like servants. You think money makes you superior. It doesn't. It just makes you rich. How dare you? Truth hurts. She threw her engagement ring at me, missed by 3 feet. "We're done." Okay, that's all you have to say? What do you want me to say? You just told me you've been trying to change me into someone I'm not. You insult my family. You think you're better than us? Why would I want to marry that? She started sobbing. Not pretty tears, full ugly crying. "You're supposed to fight for us. Why? You don't even like who I am. I love you. You love the idea of what you could turn me into." She grabbed her suitcases and started throwing things in. "My parents were right. You're beneath us. Probably, but at least I'm happy down here." She left that night. Had her brother come get her furniture on Sunday, during family dinner, of course. We all waved from the window while eating Mom's pot roast. Final update. It's been 3 weeks. Here's where everyone landed. Jessica immediately started dating Bradley, son of her parents' country club friends. He's exactly what she wanted. Wealthy, entitled, and thinks Olive Garden is ethnic food. They got engaged last week. Apparently she'd been texting him throughout our relationship as her backup plan. Her mom called to gloat. "See? She traded up. Bradley's family owns 3 companies. Good for her. You could have had this life. I didn't want that life. Your loss? I'll survive." The ring drama. Jessica tried to keep it. Posted photos wearing it with Bradley, saying it was a push present to herself for surviving trauma. I hired a lawyer. She had to return it or face theft charges. Bradley was apparently not happy to learn his new fiancée was wearing another man's ring. Mallory and Carlos came to Sunday dinner last week. Turns out Carlos loves Mom's cooking too. They're planning to take cooking classes for Mom together as a couple's activity. "Mrs. T, would you consider teaching cooking classes?" Mallory asked. "I'd pay." Mom's now teaching weekend cooking classes in her kitchen. 5 students so far. She's thriving. Jessica found out about the cooking classes, had the audacity to text me, "Your mom is monetizing this situation. That's so tacky." Me. Blocked. Amy ran into Jessica at Target last week. Jessica was with Bradley, loudly complaining that the checkout girl was too slow and probably illiterate. Amy said Bradley looked dead inside already. Keith matched with Jessica's friend Brittany on Hinge. She told him Jessica used to practice her surprise face for when I proposed, for 3 months before I actually did it. She also said Jessica had a spreadsheet ranking potential husbands by income, family status, and improvability. I wasn't even in the top 5. Last Sunday, we had our biggest family dinner yet. Mom made her terrible pot roast. There were 15 people there. Family, Mallory and Carlos, Mom's neighbor Mrs. Peterson, and my cousin Derek, who drove 2 hours just for Mom's cooking. I posted a photo, full house for the best cook in town, Chash Mom's cooking real family. Jessica commented from her new account, enjoy your mediocrity. Mallory replied, we are. Your Chez Laurent containers are still in Mrs. T's fridge if you want them back. Jessica deleted her comment. Yesterday I got a text from an unknown number. It was Richard, Jessica's dad. Bradley's family is having doubts. Jessica showed her true colors at their chef's tasting. She insulted 3 courses and made the chef cry. And nothing. Just thought you should know you made the right choice. I know. For what it's worth, Dorothy's apple pie at the church bake sale was always the first to sell out. You've had Mom's pie? 20 years ago. Before Diane banned me from commoner events, I still think about that pie. She's teaching cooking classes now. Really? Saturdays, 2 p.m. Don't tell Diane. The last I heard, Jessica and Bradley's engagement imploded when she brought her own food to his mother's dinner party. His mother is apparently an award-winning chef who trained in Paris. Jessica called her food pedestrian. She's now single, living with her parents, and according to her Instagram, taking time to heal from toxic relationships. Mom's cooking classes are booked solid through next month. She's considering writing a cookbook called Simple Food for Real Families. Mallory and Amy are helping her test recipes. The dedication will read, for everyone who knows that the best meals aren't about perfection. They're about the people around the table. As for me, I'm good, better than good. I learned something valuable. When someone tells you your family isn't good enough for them, believe them. They're telling you exactly who they are. And if they can't appreciate a woman who spent 40 years perfecting her pot roast recipe just to see her family smile, they don't deserve a seat at the table. Mom's making lasagna this Sunday. The group chat already has 12 confirmations. Jessica's Chez Laurent containers are still in Mom's fridge. We use them for leftovers now. Mom says it's the fanciest Tupperware she's ever owned. Life's funny that way. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, Mom's apple pie really is that good. She finally shared the secret. She adds a layer of cream cheese and brown butter between the apples in crust. Game changer. And no, she won't share the full recipe unless you take her class. Woman's got a business to run now.